So hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Amesey's Corner. So, beautiful spring day. I figured it'd be a great day to get out and show you guys the other side of where I go to do my searching for car parts and history videos. I had mentioned in those videos that we can get out with my electric kayak and get all up and down there. Well, here's my electric kayak here. And it's actually the second electric kayak I built. I built another one about 12 years ago, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was a good little kayak. I had used it in the Powwow River up in Amesbury. And I used it for a little while, then I gave it to my younger brother, and he used it. He brought it here to right where I'm launching this one. He strapped it to the top of a car. And when he strapped it, he said he heard something crack. I guess he didn't think anything of it. He put it in here and he mowed it out pretty far. There's a big pond called Crane's Pond out here that not a lot of people know about. Well, anyways, he was motoring along in that kayak and it cracked and broke into two pieces. And what's left of that kayak is still out here somewhere. He was never able to get it back where it had gone and broken in half. Was too far from shore. I guess he told me he recovered the batteries and the motor, but the shell of the kayak just couldn't be saved. He couldn't get to it. I don't know the whole story. Maybe he'll leave it down in the comments section. So this is the second electric kayak I built. I built this about 3 years ago, and it's a lot better than the one I built then. The one I had built back in 12 years ago, the motor was fixed. You would just set it to one position straight and you would use the paddle to steer. This motor I have here is a Minn Kota power drive, and one of the things with the power drive is they use this foot pedal right here, which I use as a hand control, and it uses electric steering. You'll see when I turn it, you see the motor moves. We'll go back the other way and the motor moves, which is really convenient for electric kayak setup. And then the throttle. Yeah. There it goes. Now, it's not really fast. A trolling motor only goes as fast as a trolling motor goes. But it's about as fast as shut that down. It's about as fast as you can sprint paddle. You can sprint paddle maybe 2 minutes, just cranking as hard as you can. This will go about that fast. The key is it'll go that fast for about 6 hours, maybe 7 hours on its highest throttle setting. I've got a giant deep cycle battery I put into this thing. I'm right about at the weight limit for this kayak, but it performs wonderfully like this. So I'm going to get set up, and we'll go in search of the original electric kayak. So I know it's out here somewhere, and I think we stand a good chance of finding it with how high the water is right now. So I got my gear, I got some camera equipment, lunch, and my nice trusty straw hat, and Well, guys, I'm just hanging out on the other side of the silver mine, Hemlock Bank here. You can see the cliff. And having a little trouble with my my handle here, my controller. It's a bit hacked up and worn out already, but I just don't seem to be able to keep full throttle for very long. So I'm just checking out the batteries. I figured it'd be a good time to show you guys the big battery I use in this thing. So 106 amp hour, 675 cold cranking amps. Probably the biggest battery I could fit in here and still fit in it myself. So anyway, the wind's picking up. It's getting pretty crappy out. So I decided not to go all the way to the ramshackle fort. We're gonna go see if we can find the rest of that other electric kayak now. It's probably about 3/4 of a mile from where I am. Bunch of twisty and turny stuff, but I'm hoping that Crane's Pond isn't going to have big waves in it and that are breaking on top, because those will just crash over the kayak and get all my gear wet, get me wet, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to figure this out, get this thing running up to tip top again, and we'll see you guys. We've made it all the way back to the Crane's Pond, the actual pond itself. It's pretty windy out on the pond, so I'm gonna have to go around the side to get to where I think that kayak is. I got you guys up here on the tall pole, so why don't you take a look at the what it looks like. Yeah. So where we're going is way over there to that side, but I don't know if you guys can see how the waves are breaking a little bit, so I gotta head into them, otherwise they crash over the side here, and I don't want to get cold and wet. Still got a long way to go home, so see if we can find that kayak, shall we? Found it, guys. I found it. Here it is. It's still here. Boy, I was thinking how long this has actually been here. I think it's a little longer than 12 years. I think it's been almost 15 years that this thing's been out here. Let me just muscle around over the side here and turn you guys around. Here it is. This is the original electric kayak. See if I can muscle in there a little more. Oh yeah. Shut down the main motor. Well, here it is, still here after all this time. Oh, it's still floating. Look, it's still floating. Pretty locked in by all these weeds. Look, here's where it broke, right here, right at the bow. On this kayak, I believe, yeah, I believe this is right where the battery would have been, right about here, so. What do you think, guys? We found this old thing. This is the original electric kayak. That goes all the way to here. Look at that, huh? Now the motor would have been in a box back here. The motor was actually mounted more in the kayak. Not on this one. I mounted it right to the stern. On this kayak, I mounted it. I actually compartmentalized the kayak into 3 different compartments. There was a stern compartment, there was a mid compartment that was open underneath to the water. That's where the motor was, and then there was the front compartment that you would sit in up to here. There's actually 2 bulkheads. I wish I could get a little more in or get that a little more out. There's actually 2 bulkheads up here where the motor would have been back there, and then the wires would have stuck up through the kayak with plans to have a rudder, a foot pedal rudder through another hole in the back bulkhead, but I ended up bartering it, giving it, I don't remember, to my brother, and he used it a few times, and I guess it broke out here, probably somewhere out over, I don't know, over this way. Maybe he'll watch this video and leave a comment, maybe tell a little more of the story that I didn't get from him. Looks like this stuff, all his gear's still in here. What do we got? Some duct tape. There's looks like he put some foam down inside of it, kind of like I did on this one. That would have been foam that would have been in my father's pickup truck way back then. What else is in here? I gotta be careful I don't tip myself over too much. I don't want 2 electric kayaks stuck out here. There's that back bulkhead. Yeah, it looks like you foamed this thing out nice. I can't believe all this is still here. What is that, a gym sock? You lose your socks too, AJ? Oh, the sock's stuck down in there. I wish I could show the back bulkheads on this. It was kind of neat how I did it. I used expanding foam to seal the different compartments off. It worked fairly well. Leaked a little. You had to bail once in a while. Wow. Wow. What a blast from the past. 15 years ago. First electric kayak and the current electric kayak side by side. I must say, this new one is way better than the old one. But the old one was fun too. The old one was a good thing to learn about electric kayaks, what to do, where to put the batteries in them, how to control them. So anyways, I'm gonna sit here and look at this a little bit and remember some of the old memories in it, and we'll get to getting out of here. Found it. Well, guys, I figured I'd stop over here at the old remains of the boathouse. All that's left is this foundation here. Take a quick look at the electric kayak. Yeah, that's pretty much how it gets outfitted. Motors lifts up. I use one string for the lock, and then another string here just to get the motor up. That's how I like clear obstacles underwater, shallow water, get up to the beach, which was something I learned on the other one. That's why the motor would go up inside the kayak on that one. But I did this one a little simpler because the way that motor works. I fully endorse making electric kayaks. I think they're probably one of the funnest things to putt around in these wild areas. Something about when you're using a paddle, having that paddle in the air scares more of the wildlife away. And I like to not bother, the birds this time of year. They're all sitting on eggs, laying eggs, having little chicks and stuff, and I don't want to interfere with that. So it's kind of why I like using the electric kayak. That, and I'm a little lazy. I don't like to paddle. Shoulder issues, I don't want to inflame, but I still want to be able to come out here on it. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna relax. I'm up here at the foundation to the old lean-to is up here. We've been here before in some of my other videos. Big old fire ring. So anyways, I'm going to relax. I'm going to just enjoy the rest of the afternoon out here. And until next time, guys, keep it out of the cabbage.